folks, thanks for joining me today. So today's tutorial, we're going back to one of the wooden ornaments that I have, and we're going to do a Christmas tree. Now this one is going to be a little bit simple, and I will apologize right now that I missed a few steps because I thought I was pressing record, but I was actually pressing stop, and then I was recording all of my cleanups between each colors and everything else. So I was a bit of an opposite day that day when I did the recording of this, but I think I might do another one because this was so much fun to do and I have other ideas. But enough said about what I may or may not do. Let's talk about what I am doing. So I painted the round part of the wooden ornament black. And then I used my General's charcoal pencil to draw out the shape of the tree that I want to do. So now I'm using, this is, I believe, holly green, and I'm putting on the base coat. So, and I'm leaving a little bit of space between the top portion, the middle portion, and then the bottom portion of the branches because I wanted to know where they stopped and where they began. So I just left a little bit of a black area there, which is okay because I do end up covering it up. And this also helps with giving the illusion of depth. So once all the branches are colored in or painted in with the 3 different colors of green that I use, that acts as a shadow. So it actually worked out really well. So I'm just going in and just putting in paint wherever I can within those lines. And I go in and I just smooth them all out. I'm not too concerned about how perfect it is because, like I said, I'm going to be going over it with 3 different colors of the green. So I'm not worried about any of the black showing because it will eventually get covered up. So I'm using some light cinnamon by Americana for the tree trunk. And this Christmas tree is going to be out in the forest, and I'm going to say it was decorated by all the birds and the animals and everybody that lives in the forest. I believe that they all decorated this tree. So that's just my imagination that's putting in a backstory to how this tree in the wilderness got decorated. Is everybody feeling the Christmas spirit? I mean, we're having some mild weather here right now and rain, and it's actually very yucky. I would rather it be snowing because now the snow is that we do have is getting all wet and heavy, and all the dirt from the sanders and the salters that have been out on the road is everything starting to show and everything's really dirty. So we are going to get into some colder weather very shortly in the next few days, but at the meantime, this is not a very Christmassy kind of weather that we're experiencing. So it puts a little bit of a damper on the Christmas spirit. You almost need that snow, at least from where I live in Northern Ontario. You almost need that snow in order to capture and hold on to that Christmas spirit. But I'm just curious about you. Are you in the Christmas spirit? Have you got all of your shopping done? Do you do shopping? Some people don't. For example, I do very little shopping because I make all of my gifts. So they'll get stuff from me that's been homemade, not necessarily painted, but something that I've made for them. And that's what I do. I do a lot of preserving. I make jams. I make a lot of Christmassy treats. And that's what they get for Christmas. And I do buy some things that I can't make. But yeah, that's what I do. And I've done that for many, many years. And it's now become custom with the family that they're expecting something handmade from me. So which is very awesome because it will be truly one of a kind gift that they will receive from me, and they will never have another one given to them because it was created by me. So that's why I like to do it. It just gives that authenticity to it. Um, and they all like to see what I create outside of my YouTube videos and my craft shows. So, okay, so magically, the tree is now completely covered in with the three different colors of green, and boom, a star showed up on the top of it. So, this is where I was having issues with the record button and the stop button, where I was trying to do it and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I was recording my cleanup between paint colors. So uh, there wasn't a lot to see there, so I just deleted it, and that's why I want to do another one of these trees. As you can see now, what I'm doing is I'm putting on some snow on the edges of this tree because, like I said, it is a tree out in the wilderness that's been decorated by all of the furry creatures and winged flutterbys that have decorated this tree out in the wilderness. So that's why there's snow on it. Now, I know it could be something that's out in, like, I don't know, maybe town hall or, in somebody's front yard, but nope, this one is in the wilderness. And it's what all the rabbits and the mice and the deer, all of those beautiful creatures that live out in the wilderness, they decorated this tree. Just go with me, people. This is my imagination and what I was thinking when I was creating this. So I sometimes make up little stories about them in my head when I'm painting them, and it just gives it that little bit more character, especially for me. But now you know the backstory of how I got this creation. So yeah, I just put some snow on there. And I'm just going to outline a little bit of the branches with the holly green because that's going to give me that separation from the top, the middle, and the bottom parts of the branches. So I do this and I just clean it up a little bit. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to say thank you very much for joining me and watching me on this journey of the 12 days of Christmas ornaments. I'm so happy that you could be here. And let me know if you like this video by just giving me a thumbs up. That's all you've got to do. And if you're new, thank you so much for joining in. But make sure you subscribe because there's more to come. And ring the notification bell because with you knowing that there's more to come, you definitely don't want to miss when I post. So I'm trying to get these all out at the same time every day, but sometimes life gets in the way. I am still working, so all of that sort of happens, and I don't always get to post when I want to. So make sure you ring the bell so you see when it comes up. So now I'm going to use my tools from the Ditting Center. There is a link in the description below if you would like to get your own tools for these. And I am using, I believe it is number 6 of the stylus to get these beautiful red and gold balls that are put on the tree all over the place. So I do this just haphazardly, really. I'm not really spacing them out, or, I mean, those rabbits are down there just throwing them up and the birds are flying by and just dropping them. So who knows where they land, right? So thank you so much for entertaining me and letting me go with that kind of a story. I'm a bit of in a giddy mood because I've only got one more day of work, and then I can start preparing for a lot of my family Christmas gifts and things like that. So I'm getting excited about that. So now I'm just going in and just tidying it up a little bit better by using some black paint, getting rid of some of the fuzzies, and really sharpening up the edges of this Christmas tree, as well as I do the tree trunk. And with the snow, that white blob at the bottom, What I do with that is I put on just some, it's white, but it's not DecoArt. I can't remember what it's called, and I'm so sorry. Definitely, it'll be listed in the description below. All of my paint colors are, but it's a truer white, so it gives it that little bit more brightness to it. So I'm just cleaning up the star here because, a couple of the sides went a little bit longer than what they should, and just putting it on there. I'm going to say that this was a star that fell from the sky so that it could sit upon this beautiful little Christmas tree and brighten up the forest and light the way for Rudolph to go to all the good little boys and girls. How's that? Oh boy, my imagination is getting carried away. So I'm just going to continue cleaning up this little Christmas tree. And like I said, I really liked this, but I missed so much of the steps for you guys. So I'm going to do another one, but in a different, it'll be in the same style, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I don't think I'm going to include the snow on them. I think I'll put it inside the house. I'm not sure yet, but definitely stick around for that because I know you're going to really like it. So, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this and any of my others. I'd love to hear from you. So I have one more step that I'm going to do on this before I call it finished, and that's getting out my paint pens. And I'm sorry you can't see it, but it's at the top there, and I'm coloring it in with gold. I haven't used my paint pens in a very long time, so I thought I'd get them out and paint this one with some gold. And there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it, so get creative.